Hi, it's Terri Gaines. I'm going to give you some assembly tips on creating these 5 cards using product from the Peaceful Poppies Suite in the Stampin' Up 2020 January through June mini catalog. There's designer series paper, there's some of the new dies in the catalog along with the Peaceful Poppies Elements set. So these 5 cards are actually originated from a sampler that I made for a team event, an Achievers event in January. So I just took the 5 elements on this sampler and created cards from them. So you can see this element is this card. This element here is this card. We've got this top right corner for a card, the center for a card, and this one. So I will share the details on this sampler in an upcoming video and blog post. But today I'm going to talk about the cards. So the cards are made with the same product as the sampler, and the key product is this Peaceful Poppies Element Kit. It has a variety of product for paper crafting. You get 2 sheets of die cuts. They're cardstock weight. They're printed already for you. We're going to use all of the images for the cards. And you get 2 sheets of black, and there's an embossed images. I'm going to use those for the card. There's 2 sheets, as I mentioned, along with 2 sheets of vellum with white embossed. They're all die cut. And then 2 sheets of watercolor paper that's got a white embossed image. So great projects, great elements for all your paper crafting projects. Also used on the cards and the sampler are some dies in the new catalog. There's a die set called Stitch So Sweetly dies. It's got a stack of 6 different or layering dies. They're rectangle, scalped, and got a stitched line. I'm going to use the largest size and the next size down. So 2 cards are using the largest die and 3 are using the next size down. And then also in the mini catalog, there's a die set called Painted Labels die, and I'm using this image, this, and this from this die set. So love this die set also. The papers from that suite in the mini catalog. I mainly focused on this piece of cards or designer series paper, but all of these can be used for for the cards in the sampler, and they are double-sided 12 by 12, 2 sheets of each of the 6 designs. And the Peaceful Poppies Elements, as I mentioned, along with the Whisper White 1/4 inch crinkled seam binding ribbon. So lots of product in there. So there are 5 cards, as I've already mentioned. So I'm indicating that this is card 1 and 2, and they have the same layout. The designer series paper for card 1 and 2 is 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. The card base for all 5 cards is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So card 1 and 2 is orientation is this way. Cards 3, 4, and 5 will be open this way. So the card base is the same. The inside cardstock for the inside sentiment is the same. And then the Poppy Parade is the same. Both the Poppy Parade and the inside white is 3 1/4 by 5 inches. So actually for all of the Poppy Parade, I ran this through the subtle folder. It's a perfect folder to add some texture to your cardstock. If you've watched my videos, gone to my blog, you'll see I really love this folder. It's perfect when you just need a little something on your cardstock, but maybe a stamped image or a bigger image isn't quite what you need. So for all of these cards, we're going to layer this Poppy Parade on first. I'll go ahead and place the Whisper White on the inside. A lot of times I don't stamp the inside of my card until I'm ready to send it out, so I can have it for the occasion that I need at the time. So for all 5 cards, we're going to do this. Like I mentioned, 1 and 2 are this way, 3 and 4 are this way. I'm actually going to assemble the number 5 card in my instructions. So if you were to jump over to my blog, you can download a PDF that's going to give you all of the supplies, measurements, and then a step-by-step for the assembly, where all of them are going to start out with adhering the card base with designer series paper and then starting out with the rectangle from the Stitched So Sweetly die. So for the designer series paper, we are going to put that on after we put the Poppy Parade, and this is cut to be the width of the card front, and then I'm going to place it right over to the edge of the Poppy Parade and place it right down like so. I just moved it, so let's see if I can get that off. I didn't put it down to burnish it, but as soon as I went to burnish it, I knew it slipped. So there, get that attached. And then I mentioned already that each rectangle goes down first. So the PDF that you can download will give you just each step that you will assemble each card with. So we've got this layer down. For card number 5, we're going to use this die, but we're also using an element that's longer than the die. So I would suggest that you put the element on the die. I'm going to use the snail adhesive, and then I'm just going to adhere this across. And then I'm going to take a paper snips, and I'm just going to paper snip the ends off. You can use a trimmer if you want. I'm just going to paper snip those off. I'm going to put all my layers down flat with my snail adhesive. If you wanted to, you could pop these up with dimensionals, but I will warn you that it will cost you more to mail the cards, and that's an option that you have. So for card number 5, we're going to put that down like so. Then this element is going to go down. This is one of the dies. Then I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up the element that is from the Peaceful Poppies element. It is already die cut, colored in for you. It's perfect. I'm going to just put this down like so. And then I pre-made some of my bows, and then just put them on the mini glue dots. Then I can pop those up. And there we have the assembly of card number 5. So for the card number 4, well, let's go to card number 1. So if you download the PDF, you'll just get the step-by-step here. So the element goes down. I used a stamp set that is in the mini catalog called Peaceful Moments and stamped thank you. You can stamp happy birthday or different options there. This die is going to go down, pop that up with with dimensionals, and then attach the bow. So that's card number 1. Let me just get these out. So card number 2, the rectangle goes down first, the sentiment from a die. This die will go down next. A 2-inch circle punch from black cardstock. This die will be popped up with dimensionals, and then we'll add a bow to that. Beautiful cards. I just love this designer series paper. So card number 3, it's got the second down rectangle, another die like so, the element from the Peaceful Poppies element, pop that up with dimensionals, and add the bow. And then the 4th card, which is the last card, very much the same. Going to put this die down, an element banner, pop this up with dimensionals, and attach a bow. So super simple cards, just beautiful with all the beautiful product. As I mentioned, you can go over to my blog. If you found my video via YouTube, there'll be a direct link, and then you'll be able to find the PDF tutorial that you can download. There'll be the supply list measurements for all 5 cards. Thanks for stopping by. I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just click the red box under the video. I hope you enjoy creating this project with me.